Hi, this is Michael from the Board Games Chronicle. It's time to finish this small set of materials for the No Peace Without Spain game series. So actually 3 games, which you can see here, the actual No Peace Without Spain, the 9 years, the War of the Grand Alliance, and a Pragmatic War, the War of the Austrian Succession series. All 3 games are based on the same system and base core mechanics. We look through each and every of this in kind of an unboxing and overview video. Unboxing and overview means you are not only given the content of the box but also explanation of the system on the pretty brief and high level, on the high level. We already talked about those 2 games, so today we focus on a pragmatic war. So let me move those 2 aside. First things first. So the historical background. The War of the Austrian Succession was fought in 1741 till 1748. Charles VI was the emperor of the Holy Roman Empire and also the king of Austria. And when he died without the male heir, he set in motion, I know, pretty unusual proposal, which was approved by the heads of other monarchies in Europe, to put his daughter, Maria Theresa, on the throne. Most of Europe was okay with this and completely agreed. However, one young guy, Frederick the Great, took, let's say, took advantage of the situation of this transition and conquered the Silesia. And the war erupted. Of course, the France had to meddle in this. And again, we have a war between the Bourbons, in brackets, and let's say alliance in brackets. Why I say Bourbons in brackets? Because these are not only French, this will be some extent Spanish, also it will be Prussian sometimes on the Bourbon side. On the other side you will have alliance where you will have mainly Austria, you will have some other countries from across the Europe. You will see it in a moment. The important thing is that after those 7 years, which I believe it involved almost the whole Europe, the Maria Theresa actually was on the throne. And the name of the game, A Pragmatic War, means that this alliance, which was trying to keep the agreement, was simply a pragmatic alliance. We wanted simply to do what was agreed. This game, quality wise, is another step forward when you look at other games. So beautifully published, with a nice back explaining, the background, the history, some of the counters, and also the metric about the scale complexity. This is not a complex game. 4 out of 10, I believe, is a good approximation and time scale. 1 year per turn, exactly 8 turns. So this is really straightforward. Let's look inside. Here I would have something great to present to you, namely we'll have a mounted map, but in a moment. The rule book, beautiful. As I said, Compass Games went through the long path since its initial game publications. They started to do better and better games, and you can actually see it very nicely. Table of contents, important. Game designer John B. Furet, but of course series designed by Don Herndon, who actually first used this system in the War of the Spanish Succession. First of all, which I like, it's already from the second game in the series, standard. On the first page you have both sides. You have Bourbons, as I said, France, Spain, sometimes Prussia, also Bavaria, Naples, Girona and Modena. On the other side, pragmatic powers, pragmatic alliance, it's mainly Austria, Britain, Dutch, Sardine, Hanover, Hesse and Saxony. At least Bourbon at start. So you have again huge armies on both sides trying to prevail. The rule book, content-wise, is similar to the rule book of 9 Years' War, with some differences which I will show you. So we have a map described. Of course, this war was 50 years after the wars from the previous two games, so there are some changes to this too, but not significant. We would like to use the same system in the end. Talk about the capital spaces, how we put the control markers, how the ports look like. Yeah, for the leaders, you have as always tactical rating, which is connected with the number of dice rolled, and the command rating, which is connected with the number of the corps it can command, then which home corps band, so simply which country is it, and something new, whether it's a royal unit. When we have discussion about the corpses, full strength, half strength, about stacking, depending on how fertile the area is, the events, we'll show you the cards. The system has two types of cards, the action cards of the value 1, 2, 3, which allows you for some movement, yeah, and attacks and sieges and so on. And you have event cards played at the beginning of the game. Some of them are permanent. They usually have a red border, yeah, to show it. Then we have discussion about victory. Each game has similar concept for victory conditions, but of course they are different. First of all, you can achieve automatic victory in this game in Pragmatic Alliance. Paris is a pragmatic controlled, then they win automatically. And also if VP is very high, 31, they win automatically. Bourbon automatic control, if Vienna or Amsterdam is Bourbon controlled, they win automatically. There's a case also that if London is Bourbon controlled, however, with some other conditions, they will also win. And of course, if VP level is too low. If there is no automatic victory by the end of the game, we will look at victory points totals. Depending on them, there will be minor, major, pragmatic victory or Bourbon minor, major victory. Now, you will ask how to achieve the victory. The victory points. You will have, first of all, fortresses. Well, level 1 and 2, there are no fortresses. Level 3, which will give you victory points. Some unfortified spaces will give you victory points. Major victories will give 1 point. Okay. The Soldier King, so if you have victory or defeat with a side who has some royalty, it also have a victory points impact. Yeah, then the control of Atlantic and some additional spaces. Control of Atlantic, yeah, Mediterranean, special victory points. We are here like accession of Francis of Lorraine as a Holy Roman Empire, return of the British Corps as a reinforcement following the 45 event. So these are some specifics here to the game. Okay, now you have description of the powers. They all have some specific, rules. Then sequence of play, which is not different from previous games. So events, reinforcements, campaign, the actual actions. Now here, appeal to Hungarian nobles phase. In each of those games, you have some special phase, which is here. In, for example, War of Spanish Succession, it was control of Madrid and loyalty of Spain. So you always have some specific things here. Then you have winter quarters where you check the victory and do also the attrition. Okay, let me move now. Resolving events, season control, red border events. These are the permanent ones. All the phases are nicely described here. Resource levels. There's more details in this, rulebook than in the previous ones. And many more examples. Battle is similarly, resolved as previously. There is no wounded option. I see. As always, full strength corpses and leaders hit on 5-6. I believe, yeah, and demoralize on 6 only. Yeah, this is similar. Sieges are important. Although there is much easier now to take fortresses, where now fortress is free. You know, the warfare, art of warfare really developed. Then you have Hungarian appeal phase and optional rules. Here, the campaign game, so the setup, starting locations, scheduled reinforcements, and extended example of play. And guys, in previous 2 videos I said it was always text. Now, in the third game, we finally have a very nice, examples of play with the pictures. Thumbs up for this, guys. Thumbs up. Really, really like it. Then you will have designer notes, which tell you a lot about the game, but also the inspiration from the system designer and the War of the Spanish Succession. This is interesting. Music to play during the game. And then you have also the events explanation. This is cool. This is something which I like, because for me playing a game is also lesson in history, and this is great. And the small map. Okay, we have dice, a lot of them. I believe if you have previous games you can choose whichever type you like. Then you have cards. Reminder, 2 types of cards. One of them are actions of value 1 to 3. The other type of cards are events, which you play at the beginning of a turn. Some of them are permanent, some of them one time. Here are the action cards. Up to 3. Oh, you have even 4. Wow. I was not aware of this. I have not played this game yet. Now, here you have events. This is a permanent with a red border. Some of them are historical. Some of them are more generic. Yeah, as you can see. Nice. I like this approach. Then we have regular player aids, sequence of play, battles, sieges, and then also what actions you can do, the additional tables. This is not such a small game. You have many more counters than, for example, in the War of Spanish Succession or the War of the Grand Alliance. There is one full counter sheet of the Bourbon forces, French, Bavarian, Spanish. Here you will have, the leaders with a very nice, parameters, combat and command ratings. These are the control markers. These are the major victory markers. Yeah. And on the other side, you will have weaker forces of the Pragmatic Alliance, Austrian, Dutch, Sardinians, and British. The Prussians are not always supporting, the war, but if they are, this is a huge change. Frederick having very good, statistics. On paper, the Pragmatic Alliance definitely have smaller forces, but various things were happening during the war, so it was not so straightforward. Let me show you the map, and this will be the beautiful mounted map. And by the way, guys, in the box you will also get some stickers, errata ones, both for the no peace without Spain, but also for the mounted map, but also for the game. So you can apply them definitely to make sure this is okay. Let me put the box aside. With each game we have more beautiful components, although paper maps for this game were also pretty cool. What do we have here? Game record track, of course, with all major statistics here. Here you would have army boxes, which allows you to have this overflows from the map put here. A similar thing here for the Bourbons. And here you have also the turn track, yeah, with eight turns. The spaces for the permanent events, important to put them there. And then let's look at the map. First of all, we don't have Spain. This is no more, war of the Spanish succession, but we have Silesia. Yeah, this is something which comes here. We don't see the Britain because the war was not there. And as you can see, as far as fortresses are concerned, they are smaller. They are simply smaller. 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. The times have changed. They art of war really reduced the effectiveness of them. Still, the victory points for those spaces are pretty nice. And yeah, the Berlin is for 5. Paris is victory space, you can see. Vienna is here. It will also be victory space. And Amsterdam is also a victory space. Home spaces are not accessible. And yeah, the war will rage in various areas as usually here. That's a common place where it happens. You will have also the fleets spaces, and some of the Italian countries here will be taking part in the war. So beautiful map, exactly what you would expect from the system. I like that they constantly upgrade the components from game to game. It's not surprising. The system is simply fun to play. This is something which I have to say. The system is fun to play. It's quick to play. It gives a lot of fun. So definitely I would recommend everybody to try it. Okay guys, this was supposed to be a brief video. Yeah, we will be under 20 minutes mark, so that's good. In which I wanted to bring to you a pragmatic war, the War of Austrian Succession, another game in the series and inspiration from the No Peace Without Spain game. This is definitely a very good and well done follow-up to the its previous games in the series. It brings the War of Austrian Succession to the table in a pretty accessible way, I would say. It has very nice components. It uses the known system, so if you played previous games, it will be easy for you to jump to it. That's all for today. Definitely, if you liked this video, kindly please give a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more content like this, do not hesitate and subscribe. With this video, we conclude a free material series of games based on the No Peace Without Spain system, and definitely I recommend you guys playing them, trying them, checking them. Thank you very much for being with me. Thank you very much for watching, and bye.